Let's look back at the first ever iPhone Pro that was released. It was in 2019 and this groundbreaking device ushered a new era for iPhones, introducing the iconic triple camera system that sets a new standard for smartphone photography. Welcome back guys, and this Raf and the iPhone 11 Pro were not only the best camera smartphone of their time, but also boasted a class-leading processor, a top-notch build, and exceptional battery life. So after 7 years, is the iPhone 11 Pro still worth using in 2026? So I tried using it as my daily driver, and here are my thoughts. The iPhone 11 Pro still feels like a flagship in the hand. And that's because Apple's industrial design from this era aged extremely well. The stainless steel frame, which is more durable than the modern aluminum based model, and it does have a matte texture glass back, which is scratch resistant and fingerprint resistant, and it is really legit and quite impressive as well, as this phone doesn't have any scratches on its back panel so far with its age. It does have an IP68 water and dust resistance for its protection, and it still have the physical mute switch, which is increasingly rare feature now. The 5.8-inch form factor feels compact by 2026 standards. This type of small form factor phones are being extinct in today's age, which kinda sad, as this phone is easier to use one-handed than the modern iPhones, especially the Pro Maxes. Its dense weight gives it a premium feel but may feel heavy for its size. The only thing that looks dated now is the large notch, comparing it to the current iPhones, which does have a dynamic island. For its display, it does have a 5.8-inch Super Retina XDR OLED panel with a resolution of 1125 by 2436 pixels and a density of 458 ppi. It supports HDR10 and Dolby Vision, and with a maximum brightness of 1200 nits, though it only have a 60Hz refresh rate. Since this is an OLED panel, it does have an excellent color calibration and contrast. Blacks are blacks with accurate tone. There are no color shifts at any angle, and it's still excellent for watching movies or consuming content. The things that I don't like here are only its smaller display size and of course the notch. Since I've been using mostly large phones like the 17 Pro Max, I miss the large screen state as it does have advantages of showing more information and being more immersive in watching movies and media. But don't get me wrong, the quality of the display of the 11 Pro is really good and can still compete even with modern smartphones. It is powered by the A13 Bionic chip with 4GB of RAM and with a configuration of 256GB of storage for this unit. The A13 Bionic chip is still powerful than many of the budget chips that was released lately, and it does have an excellent single-core performance even in today's age. It can multitask pretty well and still fast and fluid. It is currently updated to iOS 26, though it will be its last OS update, which is understandable considering this is a 7-year-old phone. iOS 26 with its liquid glass UI is kinda bit taxing to the processors of old iPhones, which makes the 11 Pro a bit less smoother than the previous OS. It does heat up fast when doing extensive tasks or when playing games, but it is expected with an older iPhone. It supports 4G for data connection, and the call quality is just fine. Here are some of its benchmark scores. And here are some of its gaming performance. Cameras is the best part of this device. With its triple camera system, it does have a 12 megapixel main wide camera, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixel telephoto. It produces the best photos and videos on its generation. In daylight, the results are actually impressive. Photos are sharp, colors look natural, and HDR still handles highlights really well. The biggest thing you'll notice is consistency. Every lens produces similar colors, which even some modern phones struggle with. Telephoto camera are equally rich in detail and lack any visible noise. The sharpening was a bit toned down here, which is nice. The colors and contrast are matched for the main camera. This is actually one of its strongest areas. Honestly, it still beats some mid-range phones today with the telephoto. The ultra-wide lens is still usable, but compared to the modern sensors, it's softer and struggles more in low light. It's fine for landscape or just casual group shots. Night mode still works surprisingly well, and it brightens scenes and reduces noise, and keep lighting realistic. The downside here is it's slower than the newer phones and sometimes it loses detail. The front camera holds up very well. It's a 12 megapixel selfie camera and selfies are sharp. You can also shoot 4K video, which is really great for vlogging or video calls. Video is where this phone still shines. You can get 4K at 60 frames per second and excellent stabilization and smooth exposure changes in all of its lenses. So even in 2026, video quality here is shockingly competitive. And this is still better than many of other new mid-range phones or even on some new flagship phones. Here are some samples of it. The original design battery capacity of the 11 Pro is approximately around 3046 milliamps, and it's already small by today's standards. The unit that I got does have a 78% battery health and needs already a battery replacement. Currently, it can only last less than a day and do have around 3 hours of screen on time, which kinda bad. However, replacing the battery with a fresh one, either from Apple or a reputable third-party manufacturer, remains the most effective method in restoring it to optimal battery performance in an aging phone. For charging, it uses the old lightning cables and do have fast charging up to 18 watts, which equate to top up around 50% battery in 30 minutes. It also supports wireless charging, however, there's no MagSafe feature yet for this iPhone. After 7 years since its first launch, I'm quite still shocked how good this phone is. Its A13 Bionic chip still handles everyday tasks quite easily, and the triple camera system delivers reliable photos and video. Battery is degraded naturally over time, but giving it a battery replacement will give it a new life. The only thing that might be an issue here with this phone is on the software side, as iOS 26 will be its last major OS update. But other than that, this phone is really a good secondary or backup phone. And for its price, you can get it for around 160 to 270 US dollars or 13,000 to 18,000 pesos in the used market. I personally use it as a backup camera phone. It's a better choice than most mid-range phone today. So is the iPhone 11 Pro still worth it in 2026? Of course it does. The 11 Pro is best viewed as a solid secondary device or an affordable entry to iOS rather than a flagship choice. If you find a well-priced 11 Pro in good condition, it still covers the essentials with competent performance and a premium design that has aged gracefully. So that is my review of the iPhone 11 Pro in 2026. So thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you soon. Peace out.